Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, just wanted to make this video about Teofimo Lopez because I haven't really had a chance to get my thoughts out there in regards to him past this Richard Comey fight, And it was just really the Richard Comey fight, the way he won the fight was so sensational, was so spectacular. To land a straight right hand to clip Richard Comey and then ultimately stop him in the second round to win the IBF title. It was pretty much the dream, outcome for Teofimo Lopez in that fight. Because there were a lot of questions surrounding Teofimo Lopez as to if he could even, defeat Richard Comey, because Richard Comey is no slouch. Richard Comey is, never really, he's a more than capable fighter and a dangerous fighter at that. And when you look at the vulnerabilities that Teofimo Lopez displayed in his last fight against Nakatani, and then the problems with his family outside the ring, it wasn't an irrational thought to believe that Richard Comey could stop this guy. Now, he's the IBF lightweight champion, and this sets up a fight we've been talking about for a long time here on True School Sports between him and Vasyl Lomachenko. And I made a video earlier this year, and in that video, it was titled Teofimo Lopez is the man to beat Vasyl Lomachenko, and I believe I made that in March or February, or just in the early part of this year. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out here in the corner or wherever it's going to be, one of these corners. But I stand by it, and I've always stood by this, what I said earlier this year, that Teofimo Lopez is the man to beat Vasyl Lomachenko. And believe it or not, like I remember after the Nakatani fight, I made a video when I was at the basketball court, and it was probably one of my most disliked videos of the year in terms of like to dislike ratio. And I was saying that, look, this Nakatani fight could be one of the best things that happens to Teofimo, because then it forces him to get in the gym, correct certain things, whatever he had going on outside the ring. It gives him that wake-up call to correct that, because he cannot be messing about at this level of boxing. And I was saying that, if he's able to get his proverbial house in order outside the ring, that this could be the greatest thing to happen to him inside the ring. And for him to make that 180-degree turn from the Nakatani fight to the Comey fight, it was two different people. I mean, it was two different people. And now that he's defeated Richard Comey in the way he did under the bright lights of Madison Square Garden, now he's a world champion himself. I think this gives him more confidence. I think this makes him harder to beat. And I know you'll get the arguments from people in boxing. Like I was watching Sean Newton's channel. Big shout out to Sean Newton. And you know what? Go subscribe to Sean Newton. I'll leave his link right here or here. Sean Newton. I was watching this video about Lopez Lomachenko, and he was just saying like that this guy was a prospect not too long ago, and he's very correct. He was fighting the Edis Tatleys of the world, and he was fighting the Magdalenos and William Silvas and guys like that. But like I've said in many of my Teofimo Lopez videos, that this is a fighter that's fighting at a maturity beyond his years, and that you can't talk about Teofimo Lopez the way we talk about most prospects, and we saw that in the Comey fight. And now that he's beating Comey, people are now once again intrigued by this fight, and that's a good thing. I think that's a great thing, because we need big fights in boxing, and to be honest with you, this is probably one of the fights that I'm most excited for next year, because it's gonna be a big ask of Teofimo. I'm not gonna disrespect Lomachenko. It is a big ask for him to go on there in his 15th fight and beat up Vasyl Lomachenko. But you know what? I've been saying it for a long time. I really believe what I'm saying. I'm not saying it just to say it. I believe this kid is special. I've always thought he was a special fighter, and I think that he's gonna stop Lomachenko. He's gonna stop him with a straight right hand. It's gonna happen. Lomachenko's a fighter that I believe we've already seen the best of Lomachenko, and that's not a knock on him. He's still a fantastic fighter. He's still gonna go on and do some great things in his career. But we've already seen his best. He is on a downward spiral. I mean, he beat Luke Campbell, yes. But Luke Campbell caught his ass on the way in. I mean, when he fought Linares was giving him some serious work in that fight until Lomachenko got up and stopped him. He had to dig deep. So it's a known fact. I know this, you know this, and anybody who watches boxing knows this, that 135 pounds is not even Lomachenko's best weight. It's not his best weight. We know he's not a big 135 pounder. We know that Teofimo Lopez is a big 135 pounder. We know that Lomachenko has a lot of wear and tear on his body from his amateur career and so far in the pros. We know that Teofimo Lopez is a fighter that is coming into his own very, very quickly. So, it's not crazy to think that Teofimo Lopez will beat Vasyl Lomachenko this fight. And unlike people that saw the Cormier fight that are not going to jump on the bandwagon and say that, oh, okay, well, I think Lopez will beat Lomachenko. I've always said it. Even after the Nakatani fight, you can check my receipts. I've always said it. So I stick by what I said earlier in the year. I believe Teofimo Lopez will stop Vasyl Lomachenko because, this is not his best weight class. It's not his best weight class. He's never fought, like, to be honest with you guys, like, I know he's fought Gary Russell Jr., I know he's fought Nicholas Walters, and respect to those guys, because those guys are some world-class fighters, some quality fighters, and I'm not going to demean those guys, because I've hyped those ones up for Lomachenko in the past, so why would I change tune now? But what I will say is, neither Nicholas Walters nor Gary Russell Jr. possess the level of athletic ability and power blended together like a Teofimo Lopez. This is a different caliber of fighter Lomachenko's fighting. He's not a hype job. He's not someone that's got fast hands and slow feet, or fast feet and slow hands. He's got both, and he's got great reflexes to go with it. He's got fantastic punching power, and coming off the heels of a Cormier win in sensational fashion at the Madison Square Garden, I just can't see how Lomachenko's gonna beat this kid. I can't. I really can't. And to be honest with you, like, I'm not gonna sit here in front for you guys. Like, I do have a bit of a bias for Teofimo Lopez. He did grow up here training in South Florida, so obviously I want to see him win. I want to see him do well because some of the same people that I know in the South Florida boxing community, some of the same gyms that I used to train at when I was boxing a lot more. He's frequented those gyms. I used to hear his name all the time when I was boxing and training at Canino's Boxing Gym in Dania. I used to hear his name in the gym all the time. So I've been following his career from afar for quite some time, and I want to see him do well. So yeah, I'm a bit biased towards him, but I can look past my bias and look at this objectively and say, look, Lomachenko is on a downward spiral. He's looked good, but he hasn't looked as sensational in his last couple of fights. I know deep down, because he keeps talking about it, he really wants to go back down to 130, and I know that he's not going to say it like this in the media, but he really wants to just get this out the way so he can go back down to 130. Because Lomachenko at 130 is, to me, is a damn near unbeatable fighter. 135 Lomachenko, there's vulnerabilities, there's, with the lack of size, with the lack of strength to match some of these guys. He beats them with his smarts. He beats them with his skills. But there's only so long he can stay at the weight class before he runs into somebody that has the right amount of skills, size, athleticism, and I've always, and these are the reasons I think Teofimo Lopez is gonna beat him. So, hopefully, knock on wood, Teofimo Lopez doesn't have any problems outside the ring. That nothing happens with him or his family or his wife, and he can just keep that in order for this fight and be the best version of himself, because he needs to be the best version of himself to beat Lomachenko. He cannot leave no stone unturned if he wants any chance of beating him. But I think he's got the style to beat him. I think he's got the athleticism to beat him. I think he's got the power to beat him. And I'll say it like this, man. Like, look, I've talked a lot of junk in regards to Lomachenko Lopez and what I think about Lomachenko Lopez. Lomachenko's now talking about making the fight, so now he's changed his tune. Now he's actually being a man of his word, So I'm glad he's not moving the goalposts. Now that he has a belt, like earlier in this year he was saying he needs a belt. Now he's got a belt, so now he's saying he wants to fight him. So I'll give him credit for that, and just hopefully, if he does beat Lopez, I'm gonna say for Lomachenko, I'm gonna say that it would be one of the best wins of his career. No doubt about it. I really think it would be one of the best wins of his career if he goes in there and if he just goes in there and does what many people think he'll do, which is school, outclass, outbox, outfight, just overall just be the dominant fighter against Lomachenko and beat him, against Lopez and beat him. Then for that says a lot about Lomachenko and just how great he is. The fact that he's not even at his best anymore. He's in a weight class that's not his optimal weight, and he's beating this young, hungry, extremely confident, athletic bastard of a fighter. That to me, this to me would be the best win of his career. I sincerely believe that. I think I would put it above Walters, because Walters, when he fought Walters, was inactive. I would put it above Gary Russell Jr. because, to be honest with you, I just think Gary Russell Jr.'s style, like the fact that he's got fast hands but slow feet, I think the style and with the way it matches with Lomachenko's style, it's a style that's not, I won't say tailor made, but it favors Lomachenko. So it's a good win. I'm not taking away from the win, but I think that this fight right here, the way the styles match up, the personalities, I just think this is a tougher fight for Lomachenko. So if he wins, fair play to him. But I'm sticking to what I said. Teofimo Lopez was, and until proven otherwise, will always be the man to beat Vasyl Lomachenko. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you make of the Richard Commey performance. I think that this is going to make Teofimo Lopez very, very, very confident. Even more confident. And because now he's been in a big fight. Now he's done it under the big lights. And it gives him that extra bit of confidence going into a big fight like this against Lomachenko. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it gets made, that there's no injury, there's no contract disputes, nothing happens. And I'm just looking forward to a great fight between two fantastic fighters. So yeah, Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko 2020. We'll definitely be covering that here on True School Sports as it gets closer and as dates get announced, venues get announced, and things like that. But let me know what you guys think. For the Lomachenko fans out there, do you still think that like this is still a easy fight for Lomachenko, and that he's gonna make Lopez quit, and that he's gonna whoop Teofimo Lopez? Or after seeing that virtuoso performance against Richard Commey, are you gonna say now that, hey, this kid, maybe BT was on something here, maybe this kid is something special, maybe he has something to deal with, maybe he's got the style to beat Lomachenko? You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I do read the comments, so drop them down below. I'll be happy to read them. Take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Ding. Until next time, take care, guys.